morning. Good morning. How do? How do? Uh, Today we're going to talk about the basic disciplinary actions. I had come across a senior officer who had a very serious case, and he basically said to me, could you go over my case for me? And I just take a run through and look at it, which is basically right here. Pulled out my magic little friend and basically went through his case. And within minutes, found some real disrespectful stuff, corruptive stuff. Let's just get to the point. Under disciplinary actions and procedures, if any employee makes a verbal threat towards another employee, it's reported. Depending on the actions or what they did in the whole 9 yards, it could be subject to suspension, even dismissal. I myself had an encounter where I was in psych ER and raised my voice. They said I was boisterous because the person startled me. And I was later suspended for 2 days. Oh, they go wave their magic wand. Get them. Okay, not a problem. But the same thing happens to me and goes for me, goes for you too. Now let's move forward. In this situation, a supervisor said to an officer, some foul. Let's just say a threat was made. Because once you say kill and you're in the workplace, that's a threat. Once you direct that towards a person, that's a threat. The key thing is the supervision. Once it was reported to supervision or administration, they did the water down. Who did you talk to? Who did you talk to? What did you talk about? It's not about who did you talk to and what did you talk about. It's about what occurred. You were notified. This happened over the phone? Yes. All phone calls are recorded. You were notified. Let's just say they didn't follow procedure under corrective and preventive actions. What they did is a watered down situation. After that, they never had a corrective and preventive action sit down with the complainant and the individual who did it. So it was all thrown under the bridge. Even though the individual wrote it up and made a legal contract, which he submitted to the union. And the union's like, we're not going after a supervisor. Oh, really? Really? So you're breaching your signed contract agreement, am I correct? Let's get this straight. You as the union are hired out to work for the employee. Hence, union dues. You work for the employee. You do not work for the employer. If you have a problem with your fiduciary, give the job to someone else to do. If you have a problem because you have favoritism, there's no room for that. Better yet, I ain't even going to sell no wolf tickets to you. What's Mayor Order 16? Mayor Order 16. You signed the contract, right? You signed the contract, right? Did you sign the contract in void? Because you said you're not going out to the supervisor. I just want to know, did you sign a contract in void? It's kind of funny because the supervisors who did stuff to me, you didn't go after them neither. So it's very obvious you signed the contract in void. You breached your contract, right? You breached your contract, right? Yeah, what is that? Public Integrities Bureau should be involved in this. Also DLI. Because of the mere fact that the incident was written up. Any incident that's written up. And any employee or officer who failed to follow the guidelines under Mayor Order 16, who failed to follow their corporate compliance policy, under policies and procedures, should be subject to disciplinary actions as well. I can't believe what I just read here. I can't believe what I read here. He has dates and times in this. It's all documented. And I said, you turned this into the union? And he said, yes. And they failed to do anything about it. He sent it to other people as well. But he explained that there were some other conditions that kicked in, health-wise, that kicked in where he was unable to do certain things. This is health-wise. Health-wise. I'm going to keep saying health-wise because when it's a health condition and it's job-related, everything goes on a standstill. You do not proceed to say that we're going to blow right past this guy. Because we done talked to his lawyer or whoever lawyer and got them in bed with us. Who's the lawyer? I need to know that part. Who's that lawyer? It makes me think about how certain people got lawyers when, the union sent lawyers to represent certain people. And then I get the cornball grievance coordinator, who's a litigationist attorney. And I'm telling him what's what, and he's still like, you know what? They don't got to keep you if they don't want you anyhow. I'm so sorry. What did you just say? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. This is what made me start studying law. And I'm doing quite well. Quite well. Caught both you lawyers and the judge on the mere appearance of impropriety. That right there is the mere appearance of impropriety. Period. 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 Dates and times. Dates and times. Are you kidding me? It's all documented. This is the reason why people are having uprisings now, because of certain people that's in positions of authority that don't want to do the right thing. Using deceptive practices in the whole 9 yards. You should be held accountable. No matter what. You should be held accountable. You don't know what the average person is going through and what it takes in their lifetime. Who they taking care of in their family. You don't know. So for you to just say, they're nothing. Toss them like that. To destroy somebody's life. To cause somebody physical injury. If you don't know what an injury is, an injury, according to law, is an act or an omission. And how you bring about a cause of injury is something that where they failed to act, or they acted in the wrong, or they did an act of omission, which they failed to do something that they was supposed to do according to the law, rules, or regulations. That right there is injury. That right there, if one officer could bring me this, and I could go through this with my little friend, and I could point out all the injuries that's in here, you do know there's such thing as a discovery law, right? You do know there's such a thing as a discovery law. Discovery law. New York State. Oh, there's the statute of limitation, the whole 9 yards. We could go from one side to the injury side. How about we come off the side of the corporation as the person, and let's go on to the natural side. The natural side would be the real live person. The person who's suffering an injury. On that note, the facts cannot be altered nor denied. You have a wonderful day, and I'm out.